Right, okay then. I am going to put together this, what's it called now? Gardus Steel Soul, a model that I really like the look of. I think he's got a nice, interesting pose. Quite, just interesting model overall. You don't normally see models in this kind of positioning. Looks like he's either just kind of dropped in from a high ledge or literally just come in on the lightning storm as well, which would be even cooler. In fact, not gonna lie, part of me is very, very, very tempted to even try and model him a special like diorama almost of him coming in on lightning anyway. So I'm gonna hopefully enjoy putting this model together. So let's get ourselves started here. We're going to start off with 3 and 4. So that's this little position here. And then 4 was 4, 4, 4. Let's see if I could find things. There we go, over here. Hoping that my new camera on my phone here is going to give cleaner focus. One thing about my old phone is it had a reasonable camera, but unfortunately what kept happening is it kept losing focus all the time. It's a bit of a pain in that regard. So I've gone up myself to a Galaxy 23 Ultra, which means that all of my videos, you now get to see my hands in glorious 8K if you've got an 8K screen. I'm actually quite pleased about this because it's more than about the 8K as well. It's the number of frames per second as well, things like that. But what I'm actually interested in is just getting better focus, because one thing that I have noticed, and it is quite shameful, is that I'll be doing a video and then I'll completely and utterly lose focus of my hands and it'll go all over the place. Now when you're doing mediocre paint jobs like mine and for some reason thinking it's a good idea to put them all out there for everyone to see, you want people to really get good sharp focus, so you can't hide anymore how well and truly terrible you are. So there we go. Coming soon in glorious 8K, my not terrible but really could do with being better painting tutorials for all to groan at. Okay, I'm just checking how this goes on here. So, there we go. So it kind of slides up onto the belly. Don't know why I was trying to put it on his crotch. It obviously didn't go there. I don't know. Irrequited desire. What the hell am I talking about? Okay, there we go. Now we need number 2 and 1A, which is the head and the front chest piece, including this rather interesting thing flowing over the top. I'm not sure what that's called, one of these. Now I'm just looking at where I've got a cut on this, because you've got to be careful. Make sure that you cut at kind of this angle, because it's a spike. Bit of a high risk of you damaging a part you don't want to. Ooh, head choices. Head choices. Now, I've got 1 or 15 to choose from by the look of it. Oh, I like this helmet. It looks cool. Plus, I can use that head for something else in the future then. Yeah, I'll just double check quickly. Make sure there's no sort of weirdness where he has two heads or some such nonsense. No, it's definitely a choice. So I'm going to take that choice. Because I like that helmet. It really suits the model. Now, because this is a very spiky part of the miniature, just going to go a bit carefully here. Now, again, just take your time, don't rush, particularly where there's lots of spiky bits. Aside from risk of cutting yourself, which, as you have seen on my videos, does happen, and I've not hidden that, you also, you know, could damage the model. Now, let me just check how this goes on, because it feels like this goes in here, and then the head will sit within it, but it's not what you might call locked in very heavily. So I'm just going to have to be mindful as I do this. If I just put a tiny bit of glue here, then around these parts, just to seal it in. I have to admit, I'm looking at this miniature as well. I think it'll make a really cool conversion for a Blood Bowl player, to be quite honest. He looks the part. He looks like, you know, give him a few, you know, like not barely any real arm positions. Actually, you just have to play around with his hands to make them look like right. Right, let's try and get this in here. Glad that, yeah, I think picking that head was the right choice. Okay, heading over to the back now for number 8, which is this. You can see why so many people use Stormcast as like artificer armor for some games like 40k, but I have to admit, I think I'll have to get a Primaris up against a Stormcast for scale. But I do think that they are. I think they are about Primaris scale. They are like size wise. Okay, 5 and 10. Where's 10? Over here, shoulder guard. Okay. So let's work out the positioning of this leg. So it's there. There we go. Nice and forward. Easy slide in that one. It's a bit uneven still there. Oh, 10 is for this side, by the look of it. Just trying to, yeah, there we go. I'm just going to put a bit of glue there as well. Okay, good. Right, what's next? So 7 and 12, which is the hammer for number 7. And 12 is one of the, what's this? Gosh, another piece of armor that I really need to learn the names for these things. Quite a bit of flash to be removed here. I'm having to really get it dug into. Okay. Right, so oop. He's going to put the hammer down. By the look of it. Definitely seems to be part of his plan, doesn't it? Is to be putting that hammer down. Want me to put the hammer down? And then, oop. Don't want to lose this little bit. It's not exactly an easy thing to find again. Let me work this out. So it looks like it's going to sit a bit further back. There does appear to be a notch here, hopefully you can see that. There we go. That appears to be just about right. Okay, moving on from that, we need 6 and 13, so 6 being the sword. And then 13 being the other little bit of armor plate. As I said, I'm not sure what this technically gets called, this armor plate, but let's see. Just going to try and glue that one on now, because I think it's going to be difficult once that sword's in place. And again, you should be able to see a little notch on the inside there. Fits over quite nicely, hopefully. Ooh. Oh, there's nothing the most frustrating when you put one bit of a model on and it knocks another bit off. Holding properly there. Okay, let's tidy up this now. Needs to just settle itself in there. Should be able to feel that there's a proper little hooking point for it. Now, 11 over here. Just having a look at that head and hair as well, though. You know, I'm looking at it, and you know what I think he would make. Even though the hair's upwards, so because his hair's like flicked upwards, how cool he would make as a space marine for the Horus Heresy, maybe along the lines of I'm trying to think, maybe Raven Guard, you know, like particularly if it was on a jetpack. On now. This guy's going to look awesome, I think, in my colour scheme that I've chosen. Now number 9, this. Oh, this is going to be fun trying to get this without it snapping. Look at that. Just be nice, just be kind. Oh dear, watch now as I very carefully use a scalpel, because using the mould line removing tool is not working very well. It's too thick and it's forcing each one. we go. No idea how convinced I was that was getting broken off. Right, let's have a look at this then. So it's got a kind of hook onto this part. Right, so I see what this is now properly, because I wasn't certain at first, but it's a, well, it's like not exactly a cloak, it's interesting, like strips of cloth, but not really a cloak. That's quite cool. Right, now the base. Just gonna pop that on. Should now, hopefully, dry when it's ready. And they'll be like that. I feel like what I need to do with this as well is I need to actually have an impact crater almost. I'm going to have to make some kind of impact crater out of foam. Literally, I want him smashing in, don't I? Really making an indent downwards. Okay, there we go. So that is Gardus Steel Soul. And he's a pretty impressive model. I like him an awful lot, and hopefully, you know, you like that video and you will like and subscribe, and keep an eye for my next video, which is going to be that big monster from the 2-part edition. Thanks very much for watching. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get this part and then just glue it on here. So I tend to find that with these things you're best off kind of running a lot of circular motions and then just doing this, and this should create a nice bond between the two. Now I'm not going to glue him on because later on we're going to potentially, it's got a weird position in this guy. Yeah, there we go, that's quite cool. Yeah, we're going to paint him separately basically, but there we go. So that's it, all nicely and done now. Hope you enjoyed that video. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video where I'm going to be building this, what's it called now? I can't remember the name of it, such Marsh Crawler Slogoth, so that should be a lot of fun. See you next time.